You want to talk about Stern, Howard Stern, and Joe Biden?
So Howard Stern interviewed the president of the United States. Is he the 56th?
No. 46. Yeah,
46.
Yeah.
The 46th president of the United States, Mr. Joe
Biden.
Now, I'm a huge Stern fan. He is a huge inspiration for me, along with Ethan Klein.
I know tell those from your browser history that you're on the spectrum.
Yes, that is literally probably what I know. They're both controversial figures, particularly Stern these days. I know Stern was beloved back in the day, but he's definitely become more of a love and liberal these days, and that's fine.
Yeah.
But I know people don't like that about him, because if you've seen some of the stuff he used to do back in the day, it was even some of the stuff I think was borderline fucking insane.
I think the best.
There's a really good video on it.
I don't. Yeah,
you can watch it on YouTube. I think it's called the tragic history of Howard Stern, something like that. It's actually, have you seen it? It's actually a really fucking crazy.
Interesting.
He brought in like bones one day of someone who was dead and got like the family to like hold them. It's so insane. Like,
so we'll get into it more in a second, but what I would just say, top line, Howard Stern, the way I would describe what he is best known for, if I was trying to do the best case for him, would be that he was known for like doing free speech, I guess, on the radio and showing that for the sake of entertainment, especially when it's audio, you can and should be able to broadcast, a lot of different things. And he challenged government organizations like the FCC
and succeeded.
Succeeded. Yeah, people who
massive payout from Sirius.
They were trying to censor him basically and prevent what he was able to broadcast to the public. And a lot of the stuff he was doing, was it controversial? Was it edgy? Absolutely. And did some of it age badly? Yes. But it was like free speech and he's entitled to do that. And for a government agency to come in and prevent him from doing that, by him fighting back, proving his right to do it, he was also paving a way to make it possible for other broadcasters to be able to broadcast what they wanted. And I think that is a good public service. I think that's a good legacy.
He was a pioneer, man. He was, you can't deny it. He generally was. I think there was a time, I think, where like he was broadcasting to about like 20 million people around America.
We love you. You're very special.
During like breakfast radio, 20 million people tuning in around the country. That is fucking insane. No one got the numbers like him.
No, absolutely not. He was a massive character on radio. I mean, radio is such a like nebulous thing, but to be a well-known radio figure, that's cultural cachet.
I know he has like obviously, and look, we're talking about the whole Biden thing. I have my
very special.
I have my obviously. It's hard when you love someone so much. Obviously, you're very special. I do love Stern for who he is and what he stands for, because I feel like that's what I stand for on my shows. Like, you should just be able to be open and say what you like. Obviously, he has changed a little bit, particularly when I became such a huge fan of him. He had already transitioned into this kind of like love and liberal, which is fine.
To explain what you mean, you mean like a like kind of left wing, but more like in the American context, it's like I think he's a big Democratic Party supporter.
It's also funny, like I've listened to tons of old broadcasts, and I have heard him say the N-word several times, and he to this day declines him saying it.
Really, he denies it. Wow.
But I've heard multiple recordings of him saying it.
Yikes.
Either way.
Well, before we get to the clip, I want to say as well, with regards to Stern and part of his controversy.
We love you. You're very special.
Of course.
Donald Trump was a massive part of the Howard Stern show.
Correct.
And not only that, Howard Stern, and I think this is what we're going to get to in this Biden clip, Howard Stern, I think, probably feels a lot of guilt for being a massive part of promoting Trump's brand to not just urban America, but to the wide range of rural America and all these different states that probably heard Trump on the radio and thought, wow, this guy's kind of a cool guy.
I've read, so I've got the Howard Stern, it's called Howard Stern Comes Again. And it has all of the transcripts of like his favorite, and also I respect this about him, like his least favorite interviews. But he has all the Donald Trump interviews, and then I've read all the transcripts, and they're insane. The shit he would ask him. But Trump would he participated. He would be like, all these supermodels, like, are you using a condom? It's like, always.
Well,
I never risk it.
But even once, so he was having those convos, but once Melania married him, she would come on the show as well.
They would call Melania and Stone be like, are you wearing anything? And she'd be like, no, I'm not.
Crazy.
I swear, this is true. Like, this actually happened. Like, yeah.
That is pretty wild.
He's a particular person, but he's also fucking old. He's nearly 80. Like, he's old. Like, I guess do understand him my point, a little bit.
I think what's important about saying everything we've said, and we've got this this clip here of him
sitting and listening to.
We'll put it on mute for now.
It is cringe. They open with Bruce Springsteen. I think it's like, and you got him to play at your inauguration. So this is my. Okay,
oh my god, that's lame.
I'll say this. My issue instantly when I found out that Biden was going to come on the show was that I know that Stern is a Biden simp. And I just
He was a big Hillary simp too.
Yes. I just knew that this was not going to be an interview where he challenged Biden in any way. And I've seen most of it, and he doesn't. That's my biggest issue with it.
Yeah.
There's Springsteen. Yeah, it's like, he played at your inauguration. It's like, God. It's like, it's just, it's not, to me, if you're going to have the president of the United States on it, by the way, it's so huge. Why are you challenging them? It's like, why are you simping him so fucking much?
I'm
the biggest Stern fan ever. Okay. That microphone he's using right there. I know that's 1,800 USD. Okay. One day I will have that microphone. Why am I going to have that microphone? Because that's what fucking Howard Stern used. That's why I want it. I'm happy to spend $1,800 on that microphone because that's what Howard Stern uses. But I got to admit, I did think it was cringe.
I think it is cringe, especially it's like I was talking about before how he was sued by all these big agencies, you know, the FCC and stuff. And you've literally fought against the government encroaching on, you know, people's right to free speech and all this kind of stuff. And you have Joe Biden here and you have nothing to challenge him on. Like, even if you find him a better president than Trump, or if you're glad that things aren't as crazy as they were under Trump, it's like, I don't think any person should ever, like, I don't want to say respect, but like, should ever simp the sitting president or prime minister or whatever. You should always be critical of the person leading the country.
You've hit the nail on the head there.
That's the point of having that job, is for there to be one person where everyone can say, you're the guy who needs to get shit done for us, and we're going to challenge you because we want more. And you should always want more from the leaders of your fucking country.
There's this bit in it that made me cringe so much. Again, this sucks. I'm such a huge fan of Howard, but like, yeah, it's like, there's this bit where Howard's like, I was out with my dad one day and we saw two men kissing. And,
I heard that.
Howard's like, and it's just love, and Biden's like, I know. Or maybe Biden said he saw
yes,
too.
Biden said. Yes. He said, I wish we had the clip, but I don't know the exact.
It's like, you did not think that.
I'll do my best.
I know for a fact.
I'll do my best Biden impression because I've heard the clip. He goes, when I was younger, me and my dad were driving around and we drove past, we saw two guys kissing. And I looked at my dad and he looked at me and he says, Joey, it's simple. They're in love.
That I can fucking guarantee you that did not happen. That did not happen.
He's learned that story recently.
Yes, come on. It's like, he also, I mean, like, fucking Kamala Harris, his VP, they were running against each other. He was against black people riding on buses, and then suddenly they changed their mind. They're politicians. They're slimy. Actually, we sorry, you can find it. So I just saw we never mentioned Hillary on the show, and I actually do have a Hillary Clinton. Hey, I'm just chilling in Cedar Rapids.
Oh yeah, you can find it. I was looking for "Do Not Come."
I had that as well.
I'm just chilling in Cedar Rapids.
Hillary Clinton.
Do Not Come is here.
Do not come.
So that's Kamala Harris. And this is Hillary Clinton.
I'm just chilling in Cedar Rapids.
That's my issue with it. It's like, why should I? And I did actually watch a majority of it. I watched all the clips and stuff. But it's like, why should I sit for an interview where, like, as you said, literally the top dog you're
Yeah,
interviewing.
the
and not,
ruler of the country.
And not... I even saw today, like, Mark Hamill went to the White House.
Oh my God. Joby-Wan Kenobi.
It's like, yeah, it's like...
He said Joby-Wan Kenobi. It's like, bro.
And it's like, may the fourth be... It's like, this is so... I don't understand.
Pokemon
like,
Joe to the polls.
Like, I don't really... I guess we are getting on politics in this show now, but it's like, I've been... In the last month, I've been so impressed with our Prime Minister.
Stepping up, yeah.
He's been doing some really great shit. And I've been so proud. But if I had him on this show, I would tell him I'm very happy with a lot of shit that he's doing. But
we don't even need to say that on air, even. You know what I mean? It's
exactly.
If you're going to have someone on to interview, you need to challenge them and get questions that are worth having the interview for. What is the point of an interview otherwise? You know?
I know. Fuck you. I know. All
right. Let's because we're yapping on. We'll get to the clip that we can react to.
Is it the last bit?
I think so. Oh, does it even? Oh no, it didn't download. Okay, wait. I know how we can watch it.
It is on YouTube.
Yeah, we got it right here.
Oh my God.
Let's see what this guy has to
Stern.
say. Oh boy,
the way
let's
his hands move. I'm with Howard Stern.
What's going on here?
Why does he do that? He's just so slow. Like,
where is?
How old is Joe?
To understand the tragedy in your life and how you dealt with it, and you're the kind of leader I love, because we're lucky to have you in the Oval Office and serving as the father of the country. Because if you're a good father to your family, which you are,
Howard,
I know you'd be a good father to the country, and I want to thank you for providing a calming influence. An organized administration post-COVID,
He's just
getting that vaccine out. I remember what the world was like at that point, getting NATO, getting us to feel comfortable, standing up to Putin. I could read your greatest hits, but I'm being given that.
Dude, his face is so crazy. The gay clip comes up in a second, so we should watch.
I'm sorry, did he do that stuff well? I don't.
Yeah.
Think
Also,
he did.
it's like COVID was hard, but does that mean? Just because it was hard, it's like, should we not demand better of our leadership?
Also, Trump was there at the beginning of COVID, wasn't he?
Yes, he says during COVID. It's like Trump was there for the first, almost the first year of COVID.
Yeah, he was.
But the incredible
his face, man.
Large growth in the jobs, unemployment rate down. I don't know what people are looking for in a president, or maybe it's that people don't feel like they're getting enough or something. I don't know what it is, but I'll give you your greatest hits.
What are you saying?
Why is that for you to say that?
Yeah.
Howard, you're old as fuck.
Why are you?
Look, I can't say so. I love you. I genuinely do. But it's like, I'm sorry. You're nearly as old as fucking Biden. Like,
you should not be the judge of what the average American voter should want.
You don't get it.
It's
because
not
you're not
up
young.
to you. Yeah.
You're not young. I'm sorry. Like,
also, it's like, I'm sorry for being old fashioned, but I thought like who you voted for was up to the voter. You know, it's like, why should some guy on the radio decide who you vote for? Like, it's just so.
It's half me to say this shit.
I know it's tough. Well, let's keep watching.
Lowest uninsured rate in history. 4 out of 5 Americans are covered for less than $10 a month.
Great.
Knocking off a few.
Okay, so wait. Just to be clear, there he mentions health insurance. They don't even have. You know when you go to the doctor and Medicare pays for part of your doctor's visit, they don't have that at all. There is no government Medicare influence on reducing the price of going to the doctor. Like, what a ridiculous system they have. But Howard is, because he wants him to win this year in an election, he's like trying to find ways to market him better.
Leaders, cutting the emissions in half. I mean, you've always been an environmentalist.
What the hell
this is hard to watch.
Are you talking about?
This is hard
Joe
to watch.
Biden? The famous environmentalist Joe Biden. Good Lord, man.
Geez, even the marijuana reform laws, enough sitting there and fighting that battle. Respect for marriage act.
He doesn't say anything.
He doesn't even
He's just
react.
Sat there like a fucking. He doesn't do anything.
He's not even playing off
He's
him.
Just chilling in Cedar Rapids.
Oh, Joey.
What the hell is with people with this gay stuff? Who cares if someone's gay? I mean, How is it affecting anybody? People in love, it's good, right? Love is good.
My dad, we saw two men kissing one another in Rodney Square when I was going in to get a license. And I looked at him and he said, Joey, it's simple. They love each other.
That's it. That's how I look at it.
Yeah.
Come on,
Yeah,
man.
that is 110% true. But I don't believe it when you say it.
I don't think that. Okay, you know Joe Biden was born like during World War II, or like he.
Yes, of course. Like it suits your party. Yes, obviously, like of course.
No fucking way.
Of
His
course,
dad
no,
did not
no,
like
no.
try to drive into a gay couple
that
kissing
never-
while driving a car.
That never happened. I'm sorry.
Okay, if Joe Biden's dad was behind the wheel and he saw a gay couple, I am almost certain he tried to run them over. You know what I mean? Like,
dude, this is what annoys me. It's like it just suits his party. It just suits his party. The libs love the gays, and that's great. Like
Called gay pop.
it is called gay pop. He's like, Howard, we're woke now, so I gotta say this, Howard. Well, I saw two gay
what's with
fellers.
his hands?
Yeah. There's
My father.
two
drove
two
past.
gay, gay.
The
gay
gays
ones.
were kissing
The gays,
and,
they were there. It's simple, Joey. It's love.
And look, I will give Howard
Let's say
Howard
that
his
again
dues.
because that's so good.
He has always been pro-gay.
Of course, and I think that's great. But by the way,
He's an old fuck who likes
even
Joe
the way
Biden.
he's
Come
talking about marijuana is legal in certain American states, and Biden is not even saying he's going to legalize it. His best case is that he's going to change it from, I think, a Schedule 1 drug to a Schedule 3 drug, which just reduces the legal issues with it. But it's like, come on, man. Yeah, you're gonna lick his rim over a barely noticeable marijuana slight change in policy. Let's get that gay clip again because that's perfect.
In love, it's good, right? Love is good.
My dad, we saw two men kissing one another in Rodney Square when I was going in to get a license. And I looked at him and he said, Joey, it's simple. They love each other.
That's it.
Joey, it's simple. They love each other.
Come on, give me a
How
fucking
I look
break.
at it. Listen.
Ah, man.
Thank you for doing this.
Jeez, should we see? Is there anything
just
left?
finish it.
This has been a thrill. You know, I put a suit on for you. And here's the depressing thing.
He never does
This is
that.
from my daughter's wedding a year ago, last summer. And now I don't fit into it. My belly is hanging over my belt.
Well, I tell you what.
Hey, this is the kind
Great
of talk
banter.
I want.
mean, yeah, but it's like
This is the
in
kind
the
of talk I
last
want.
2 minutes of the
Yeah, this
episode.
is the kind of talk. This is what I tune in for.
What do I
to
do?
show
You know
their
who
fucking
deserves
humor.
credit? The American people are relentless. The American people are stepping up. Who they vote for, they just never give up. We're the most unique country in the world.
We are.
We really are.
We're not going to lose it, God willing.
Thank you for doing this.
Well, thanks for having me. Appreciate
Mr.
it.
President. Look at me sitting with the president.
Look at me sitting with Howard Stern.
Wow, I mean.
I keep pause, please.
Shut
they're
up.
both. Yeah, you just found the problem
man.
with both of the things. Okay,
They're both happy to be there. That's
Stern
the problem.
sitting with the president, and the president would never sit with Stern if he was the same as he was in like the fucking 80s.
That's
and
right.
The 90s.
That's right.
They both wouldn't do it.
Joe Biden was a senator in the 80s and 90s. Guarantee you, he would never go near Howard Stern's show in the 90s, 80s, all this stuff.
110%.
And
he
now
wouldn't touch
he-
it with a fucking shitty stick.
Now he knows that there's potential for it to get him votes, and so he's here and he's like, I'm so glad to be on Howard Stern. Wow.
That being said, I do love you, Howard.
Yeah,
you're a huge inspiration for me.
Disappointing interview, but I will say
He is such a huge inspiration.
I don't think it's necessarily ruined his legacy, but it's like, Howard, you gotta not do this stuff if you want
he's
to
an
retain
old fuck. What did you expect? He's
more
so
integrity.
old. He's
I don't
literally.
know.
Hey Siri, how old is Howard Stern? I think he's like. He's
70 years old. Okay,
70. He's old as fuck. How old is Biden? Like 76?
I get 78. I think.
See, they're old fucks, man.
The last thing I'll say about this, Howard Stern, I just think that if he really cared about doing it for the sake of broadcasting and free speech and stuff, I think he would have gone independent a long time ago. He stayed with Sirius, which I think I understand, and I think that's fine. But if he really was wanting to live up to the mantle and take on the
he hates podcasts,
the responsibility of free speech and like promoting that, then he would do things that benefit podcasts in the next medium.
He hates it. He hates it. He hates anything independent. He believes because
he wants to stay in his lane.
He struggled to get there. If no one else has to do that, it's not worth it. Look, I completely respect Howard's grind to get where he has, but it's like that's just not how it has to be anymore. You don't need
his career has been interesting and fascinating because it was of his time.
Yeah, exactly.
And there's no equivalent now.
There's a cringe clip of them talking about PewDiePie, whatever, who cares? But it's like, he hates independent media. He'll never change.
But we're independent, baby.
Yes, we are.